Ron Sinclair's speech is entitled, "What Are Your Gifts?" Ron is the owner of the Star Cleaning Corporation, a commercial and residential cleaning service located here in South Orange County. Ron moved to Southern California in 1980 due to a job transfer, and he stayed here since then. In his spare time, he likes to participate in marathons and triathlons. He loves the beach and ocean. He's lived in Northern and Southern California for the past 25 years. Ron believes deeply that life is a journey, and he wants to slide into home base with a home run and all the bases full. So let me introduce Ron Sinclair.
All right.
What are your gifts? I have a gift here. I'm going to say it one more time. What are your gifts? The gifts that I'm talking about, you can't give. You can't hand to someone. It's all intellectual. It's your ability to provide something to someone else, your ability to pass a gift on to someone else. So it's not something you can touch or feel. It's something that's passed on through generations, maybe passed on by your lifestyle, maybe passed on through the things that you've done in your life, or how you've touched someone's life. What are the gifts of people such as Ronald Reagan, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, or Gandhi? Peacemakers, Ronald Reagan, a great communicator. Abraham Lincoln, a great president. But they're famous people. They're not like us. They've had great times. They've been lived from maybe hundreds of years ago or several years ago. We're talking about the gifts that we have that we're passing on to our generation. We're saying gifts that individual says, what makes that person special? What do they have to offer? What are the things what are their capacity that is so great that I'd like to pass it on to my kids, I'd like to pass it on to that generation. Maybe that gift could be someone who was walking through the airport and they saw some individual that had on a great uniform and they said, what does he do? What does he do for a living? He's a pilot. He flies airplanes all over the world. Now that child, 30 years later, says, by seeing that individual, I went to the Air Force. I became an airplane pilot. And that's what I've done. I've been doing that for 30 years. That was a gift that was passed on because that individual was watched or saw or maybe even got an opportunity to talk to that pilot. Maybe the gift was that one day when I was about 8 years old, I went to a recital. There was a great ballerina. And now I've been a ballerina. I'm famous because that's what I've done all my life. So now I do the Nutcracker once a year at Orange County Performing Arts. Those are gifts that have been passed on. But what are the gifts that you have? Let's think about it. What are the gifts that you have? Take a moment and think about that. Take a moment and think that maybe your life is as a film, as a motion picture. And you're the star. Maybe you're the greatest person that person or individual saw, and you're leaving a gift to someone. Maybe you're a great financial planner, and you've planned a financial gift that individual's had, that now they can invest more money. So you turned that $1,000 into several $1,000s. Now that individual can either reinvest or they can retire earlier. You've given them a gift that they can pass on through their family, they can pass on forever to use. Maybe you sell insurance. So you've had an insurance product that was able to provide that individual with, to save the home during a tragedy, so someone lost their life. Or it saved that money, was able to send someone to college, onto a great school. Maybe they can become a doctor or a lawyer. Or anything that you feel that is very successful for that individual. Maybe you sell cosmetics. And you were able to take someone that was eventually living with an abusive person that couldn't take care of themselves, that wasn't financially able. But now that person has an opportunity to build a business, create a six-figure income, and live a great life, and pass that on to their daughter, their son, whatever. Those are your gifts that you have. So as we spoke earlier, take 30 seconds. Don't think about your next meeting, why you're here, all the disasters that we have in the world. Just think about, what do you have? What do you have to offer? Why do you get up early? Maybe that gift was from your grandparents. Maybe that was from your father. Maybe that was from your older brother. He always got up and he ran track. Or your father who always got up, read the paper, had a cup of coffee, and you didn't understand that. You was like, wow, you're sitting there sleeping. But now, a year later in your life, you're getting up early. You're making it to meetings. You're doing things that should be done. You're reading the paper. You're trying to be up on current events. Unfortunately, some of us get up and turn on CNN. Maybe not the greatest news. They said, I think they call it continuous negative news.
There you go.
But I look at it, I listen to it, because I want to know what's going on. But whatever, those gifts you've learned, you're now using on a regular basis, you're passing on to some individual. Your lifestyle is helping someone create a gift. And maybe you're someone that does do charity, and you go around and you do great things in your church. There is some child that's looking and saying, wow, what would I like to do in my life? What do I want to do? Do I want to pursue riches? Or do I just want to be able to be very successful and go to other countries and develop those countries? Those are gifts that you're passing on. Those are gifts that you have. Those are gifts that you want to continue to cultivate. Those are gifts that you want to pass on to other individuals. So what I'd like to say is, remember that you are the star in your life. You are the person that people are watching. You are setting an example. You want to continue to cultivate those gifts, and you want to pass those gifts on. And you want to make the world a better place. You want people to live with a purpose. And you want to always think every day, what are your gifts? And remember, your gifts can change an hour, it could change a day, or it could change a life. Thank you.